Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. It's the brother Isaiah from the Pittsburgh GMS camp, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kodash. Lord willing, this is edifying. All right, and I think I'm entitled this lesson, or in this lesson, I'm going to go into the topic of differentiating your thoughts from demonic influence or demonic suggestion. All right. And, there's a thing that happens, let's get this first. All right. All right. Let's see if I can get this. All right. Hold on. Ephesians 6. All right. Let's just get it over here. Look at Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10 says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." And see, the wiles goes into the trickery of the devil, which we spoke about this at camp today. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places." All right. And this is the nature of the battle that we fight. It's not one of flesh and blood. It's not one against physical enemies. It's one against spiritual influences. Okay. That just so happen to be, make themselves known through physical beings. All right. For lack of a better way of explaining that. All right. So there'll be situations that happen. You have to be able to look spiritually at the situation and understand that, okay, it is not that person necessarily that is doing it. It is the spirit that is upon that person. All right. And furthermore, too, okay, even with us being privy, being made let's see, what's the word? Like I said, privy, meaning let's just get it. Because there's two ways to use privy, which Esau, he's a devil. He's always twisting shit around. But let's just get privy. All right. Privy. All right. Meaning participating in a secret. Usually blah blah blah, privily. All right. So basically, like it says, meaning participating in a secret. All right. So privy means we've been made to understand this secret of the Most High. He revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets. All right. And those also of his sheep that hear his voice have been made to know the secrets of the Most High. It says that many wise men have hoped to see what thou seest, and have not. Okay, so with us being made privy, being made known what are the secrets of the Most High, we have to understand that we are in a spiritual battle, not just 2 hours out of the day, not 3 hours out of the day, not 7 hours out of the day. 24/7, you are in the midst of a spiritual warfare, a spiritual battle. Now, if you lower your guard, if you lower your defenses in this spiritual battle, you are more than likely going to succumb to the wiles, to the trickery of the enemy, in this case being the left hand side energy, okay, the spiritual demon Satan, which is working through, okay, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, his philosophies, his media, his music, all these different things work on your mind to feed you a false ideology and a false philosophy that will in turn influence your behavior against the Most High. It will influence your behavior in a negative way when it comes to the scriptures. All right, whether you be a man and you look at people in the truth with a negative eye, and you have whether you have a problem forgiving somebody, whether you have a whatever the case may be, whether you're a woman and you are disorderly towards your husband, or whatever the case may be, you have to be able to differentiate when there is a demon clouding your perception, all right, and feeding you thoughts in your mind that are contrary to the truth or that are not expedient to situations, okay, not expedient to your peace when it comes to dealing with one another, so on and so forth, man. Because a demon will put a thought in your mind, all right, to separate you from someone in this truth, from a brother who may love you, whatever the case might be, and can prevent you from having a functional relationship with each other. All right, so you have to be able to cast down these thoughts. Okay, let's see. Second Corinthians 10. All right, let's get this. Second Corinthians 10, and let's go. Matter of fact, yeah. Second Corinthians 10 and 3 says, "For though we walk in the flesh, okay, we do not war after the flesh." All right, so though we're walking in the flesh, we don't have fleshly battles to make to fight, to do military duty, to be a soldier, to war or battle. Okay, we do not fight our battles in the flesh. Okay, let's see if there's more to that. Slot. All right, active service to be a soldier. Okay, properly of soldiers, tropically of the conflicts of the apostolic office, with a kindred accusative of passions that disquiet the soul. Of passions that disquiet the soul. See, so we don't get all caught up in these things, okay, to the best of our ability. Let me say that, because we are in the flesh, and sometimes things can get heated, and there can be different disputes amongst, brethren, and things happen, all right? But this is the way to walk, is to not war carnally. We're not going back and forth on a level of flesh, all right? So let's read that again. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. You see? So we're pulling down strongholds. These things that anything on which one relies, of the arguments and reasonings by which a disputant endeavors to fortify his opinion and defend it against his opponent. So there are certain things that you may be caused to believe, maybe by a spirit, okay, that may be in error. All right. And the thing that the word of the Most High does is it pulls that down, it destroys that through the truth. Okay. So we don't war after these carnal reasonings. Okay, we go scripturally. All right, let's continue. For though we walk in the flesh, Salat, let's keep going. 2 Corinthians 10 and 2, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. So this is what the word of the Most High does. All right, logismos, right?
Strong's G 3053. Lagismas. Lagismas.
Lagismas. Now this was that word, okay? Imaginations, casting down imaginations, which is a reckoning or a computation, okay, meaning like a judgment, a reasoning, such as hostile to, it says, the Christian faith, but we understand the belief in the Messiah. A judgment, a decision, such as a conscious passions, okay, reasoning, imagination, and thought, such as hostile, blah blah blah, conscious, blah blah blah. So basically, okay, the word of the Most High casts down the things that you may believe, okay, that may not be a positive thing for you, okay. So that's the point of the word of the Lord. We have to remember that sometimes thoughts are going to enter into your mind, all right, and they're going to be likened unto what the serpent did in the garden, okay. And what did the serpent do in the garden? Genesis 3 and 2. Matter of fact, and 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. All right. And so basically, what this man was doing, because he was a man, all right, from another nation, what he did was, which he was operating for the spiritual demon Satan during this time. All right. And what he did was he cast doubt. He came in and he basically planted thoughts in Eve's mind to make her believe that she could do what was contrary to the truth, to make her believe that she was justified in doing what was contrary to what was told her. For the Most High doth know that in the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. So through this deception, she became bold in the wickedness that she was doing. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. Okay, all right. So they became corrupted, okay, from the way that the Lord had them, and the Lord had them in a pure way, and they became corrupted. All right, and began to know knowledge of wickedness. All right. Let's see here. Right. So basically, this is what I'm going into, man. Being able to differentiate your own thoughts, all right, from demonic suggestion, okay, because a thought of sin is usually led by a desire. All right, James 1, all right, and 15. Matter of fact, in 12, it says, Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. All right, so it starts with a suggestion, and there's this clip, all right, that happened in the movie Constantine. And I don't know if this is the name of it. There's a part in the movie where I may not be able to find it. But there's a guy who's supposed to be a priest in the movie. All right. And let's see, Constantine. Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it, but there's a scene in the movie where there's a demon whispering to the guy who's supposed to be a priest or whatever, and basically he's drinking himself into alcohol poisoning, and he was led away. He was tempted of his own lust. All right, and basically he was deceiving and drinking himself to death. He basically died. But the point I'm trying to bring up is, all right, certain thoughts will come into your mind, okay, and whether or not you entertain them things is going to lead you to sin. If you entertain it, then you will lead to sin. So let's read this. James, let's continue. James 1, all right, and let's get to verse 15, right? Because it says, Every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own desire. That's what lust means. And enticed, all right? Entice means to bait, to catch, to beguile, to allure, to deceive. Deceived, right? So let's read verse 15. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. All right, so let's just play it out. Let's get this word conceive first, right? Conceive. The point I want is this. It says to take in and hold, to become pregnant, but to take in and to hold. Okay, so you are tempted with lust. Matter of fact, to take into the mind and form a correct notion of. to form as a general notion in the mind. So let's give you an example of how lust is conceived. Let's give the example of King David. When he saw Bathsheba naked, he said, I want her. I want to have sex with her. And that was the temptation right there. All right. Now, there was an opportunity of, do I continue with this temptation or do I release it? And he chose to continue with the temptation. And at that point, it was conceived, it was taken in and held to the point where even when it was told unto him that she had a husband, he still decided to take and lie with her. All right. All right. So, there are other situations that may happen to us. Okay. On a different scale, but this happens to men, and it's wickedness, but let's take it on a different scale. A demon may come into your mind and give you a what's the word? What am I looking for? It may give a suggestion about a brother, okay, or about someone that's an elder above you, or whatever the case may be. Put a wicked thought in your mind, all right, and there may be, let's see, there may be some justification that can be found in this thought, okay, but it have already been laid forth of how you should view, okay, each other in the truth. The scriptures say, Philippians 2:3 says, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. Okay, so there may be a situation where a brother may have a shortcoming, or you may be able to see a fault, which is why there's a saying that says familiarity brings contempt, because the more you get to know a person, the more you will see their faults. Okay, especially if you are around them a lot. All right, and so this can lead to contempt. All right, strife, disrespect, so on and so forth. Right, and so demons can play on your mind and say, well, they can say A, B, or C about this particular person. All right. And now, if you don't have the word of the Most High to cast down that imagination, to cast down that reckoning or that reasoning or that thing that is hostile to the way that Yahweh Shai would have you to behave, then what's going to happen? You will be in the midst of sin. Okay, at that point, because you didn't have the word to combat that and say, you know what, no, I'm tripping, or you know what, no, that's demons, let me cast that away. But instead you said, yeah, that's right, that's true, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I'm going to be self-willed. I'm going to say fuck all that, because I'm justified in my logic, because A, B, and C, and you did this and A, B, and C. But that's not what the Messiah would have you to do. The Messiah would rather have you to be in order, all right, than to justify yourself. Okay, you don't justify yourself. All right, the scriptures talk about that. Let me see. You don't do that. Job 9:20 says, I'm just get it right here. If I justify myself, mine own mouth shall condemn me. If I say I am perfect, it shall also prove me perverse. Okay, so that's just one aspect. Okay, but you don't justify yourself, man. Okay. You see? So, like I said right here, in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other than better than themselves. All right. So, the point, like I said, is, man, you have to understand when you are having a spiritual attack and when something is unjustified. When holding on, when taking and conceiving a notion is going to be detrimental to a situation rather than beneficial. All right. Taking hold and conceiving, taking hold and holding on to your desire to be contentious or your desire to be angry. You want to feel some type of way. Holding on to that is going to be counterproductive to your situation rather than realizing, you know what, this is demons trying to do this right now. It could even have you take a situation and turn it into something that is not, simply because you want to hold on to that notion. You have to go back to the scriptures and fill yourself with these words so you can understand when a demon is attacking you. Because guess what? Demons are going to come through with deceit. And if you don't have the word to combat that deceit, you are at the hands of that demon. Hey, man, hopefully this was edifying. I don't want to ramble on, Lord willing. Like I said, it was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopefully elect. With that, I want to say shalom, wa abba, shalom.